VOD is actually deleted for yesterday now, by the way. Did you do it or Twitch again? Wait, someone else is saying the VOD still shows for them, but it's gone for me now.
5 months Spogger, fully radicalized.
Is my VOD gone again?
"15 months of lurking and behaving, let's go."
I can't make YouTube content.
One-third of my way to brain rot, Pogu.
I recorded the VOD because I knew it was going to happen. Dude, this is the second day in a row where Twitch has just taken down my fucking VOD. What is happening?
Educate, organize, agitate, chat. Join your local org for a
Nets
better future.
DG and then like what? Dude, I'm getting really fucking I'm getting really annoyed with this shit. Is this the third VOD that's been taken down? No, it's the second one, I think. VOD threw me out yesterday at about 9 p.m. It's super easy to set up local recording while streaming, by the way. It's just a checkbox in OBS. Yeah, I know. I'm getting increasingly more annoyed with the way that fucking Twitch is operating. And they are, of course, notorious for not communicating exactly what the fuck's going on. Even if you have an account manager and even if you are one of the bigger streamers on the platform. So rest assured, folks, if you're a tiny streamer and you're thinking, man, Twitch sure is fucking me over, it sure is annoying that, you know, I'm a victim to hate raids or whatever, right? And then it doesn't seem like Twitch has my back. Well, guess what? Don't worry. Okay? Big streamers, Twitch doesn't have their back either. Okay? I don't know if there's like a fucking new staff or I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I have absolutely no idea.
4 months, baby.
I have absolutely no idea what the fuck's going on with my VODs. I don't know why they keep locking them. I don't understand what is going on. Some people tried appealing their ban for the C word and they got denied because since they have no tolerance for racism. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's totally chill. They have like absolutely fucking yeeted like half my audience off the platform. So that's cool. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. It's incredibly frustrating. It's incredibly fucking annoying.
About to pop off for 9 months.
I heard what happened these days. Not only you narrow-minded, but you wrong as hell. Just to let you know, I only like bread. C-word fucking sucks, and I don't know why you keep talking about them. What? We still got like trickle-down defenders. I genuinely don't know what the fuck's happening. Like, it's really fucking annoying. I think they were trying to meme. All the deleted VODs have Eurofrog starving. Yeah, it is incredibly frustrating that this keeps happening. I got it. I saw the Black Hammer organization tweet. Please stop posting it. Please stop posting it. I will get to it. Okay. The Black Hammer organization. I got it. I got it. Stop fucking posting the same link over and over again. It's not that serious. It's not that significant. Nobody fucking cares. Okay.
Donk naked bar.
I don't know what like Twitch's goal is, right? I genuinely don't know. Like what are they doing? Are there is it that like because YouTube is making a lot of plays right now and picking up some of the top talent from the platform with like big deals?
Maybe the 11 months helped me, but who knows?
Is that what's happening? Like their goal is to just like annoy all the top talent off the fucking platform? Is that what it is until like they all go to YouTube? Because if that's the fucking if that's the goal, then yeah. Seem to be doing great on that arc. Anyway. Twitch will only change his race as white, race, and policy if there's enough pressure to say, I hate to say it, but maybe we need Twitter's help. No. What I absolutely hate, it wasn't an auto ban until the MasterChef Max incident, which is telling that some Twitch admins are going nuts right now because of it. Yeah, 100%. I think that's what's going on. I think internally there's a conflict where some people are. I think internally some people are like, well, what the fuck? Like, should we ban Cracker? Should we not? You know what I mean? What is the deal? Like, are we caving to the interests and demands of people who would otherwise use every other fucking slur known to man? Max's dad was pissed off by it. Why does it feel so targeted like this? Is this happening on other streamers? No shot. No fucking shot. I think like so I checked in on Twitter after a long day and the best people can do is Cracker discourse. Pathetic. What? Oh, this is well, this isn't new. This is from like yesterday. Yeah, my favorite part of the shouldn't you promote the stream tomorrow? Dude, I don't even fucking know what's going on. It's really, really, really frustrating to me though. Whatever the fuck is happening on Twitch right now is incredibly frustrating. I hate being in limbo like this. Like, if you're gonna fucking ban me, okay? If you're gonna ban me. Just don't fucking not ban me and like keep deleting my VODs and keep fucking yeeting my VODs and not actually communicating with me. Whatever the fuck's going on. It's not like I don't have an open line of communication. I do. Okay? It's really frustrating. Having no option but working under a private organization is showing its major downsides right now? Yeah, of course.
Love you, Big Haz.
I didn't get a notification today either. That's because I started at a weird time.
Hi, Yalu.
You lose money when a VOD gets deleted? I don't know, but when a VOD gets deleted, my number one annoyance is that so many people who can't watch the stream live that rely on watching the VOD. Like, my VODs get hundreds of thousands of views, right? Sometimes millions of fucking views.
Months. Thanks for all the good
so
times.
That's a million views that they did that wanted to watch that VOD that couldn't watch the fucking VOD. That's incredibly frustrating to me. I don't give a shit about it from a monetary point of view. I make enough money as is. But it is deeply frustrating when someone is like, I want to watch the Hasanabi broadcast, but I can't watch the Hasanabi broadcast right now. So I will tune in later and I will look at the fucking VOD. And then they go in, they click on the fucking videos part. Okay, and they're like, well, it's gone. The only fucking VOD available is this. Okay? That shit sucks. No VODs available in the last 2 fucking days. Like, they've been yeeted except for this one random one where it was like an accidental VOD from the Grove when I like turned it on and off. it's also annoying because Twitch is taking a cowardly position where they don't want to openly come out and be like, anti-white racism is unacceptable on this platform. And that's precisely why we are banning the usage of the term cracker. Okay?
Feral love, feral
because they know that they would get fucking clowned on by like 99% of media that isn't like predominantly fucking focused on random weirdos that spend all of their time in their mother's basement talking about the fucking ethics of being able to use the C word versus, how they should also be able to say the N word as well. And that's precisely why I don't think they've made like a serious decision yet. And that's precisely why they're fucking waiting on trying to figure out what to do with this. Okay.
Love you, Ajay.
And that's what's currently happening. It's the dumbest fucking drama, but it's like, take a stance, dude. I don't like this. I don't like being in limbo like this, okay? I don't like being in a situation where I don't know what the fuck the deal is. I know this is a complex or complicated situation, a complicated issue, but you didn't have a problem fucking yeeting incel and simp. They did not have a problem yeeting the words
Smile.
incel and simp immediately when you came out of the gate swinging and you were like, we're going to make sure that people can't be called incel or simp anymore. And it was like, who are you protecting in that situation? That's so silly. You're being ridiculous. And they stopped it. And they never banned anyone for that. And now it's like a similar situation with Cracker is occurring. And they're like trying to fucking figure this shit out. It's like, I want to move on. Okay. I want to move on. It's so stupid. I don't care. It's just make a decision. Okay. Like, I'm not married to being able to say cracker, okay? I've never fucking used the term until my moderators randomly started getting clapped. Incredibly fucking ridiculous situation. Like, they're writing cracker in the chat and they get fucking banned in a matter of minutes. Like, go to any fucking stream, go to any other stream, and you see people, not only the content creators are saying the R word, but also people are spamming it. They're not getting fucking banned. Same with like a number of different, way worse even, spam that goes on, including Cracker too. And I'm not saying this to like ban all of those people that say the R word, or I'm not, because I have fucking used it in the past as well, at least slipped out. But like, I'm not saying enforce that on them as well. I'm simply stating that it's ridiculous to straight up fucking ban people for their usage of Cracker. And one chat because some staff members happen to be there versus other chats where you can fucking totally write it. They are clearly taking a stance. No, dude, don't try to do an ad break fucking debate, dude. It's 25 minutes and I'm not going to run the ad break right now. And when I say consistency, when I say I want consistency, I also, on top of that, don't want you to ban people for saying cracker or whatever, okay?
Wow, wee woo. Thanks for the entertainment and radicalism this past year. Love you and this community hassle.
There are chats who say the soft N-word and Twitch allows that. Yeah, but I don't want people to get fucking banned for that either, unless they are like very clearly a white streamer saying it, okay? But there are chats with, like, what are you going to do? Fucking clap DJ Academics' chat? Which is white as fuck already as is, okay? Like, what do you want to, like, actively purge, black content creators from the platform? That sucks. Don't do that. Can we please stop talking about this, bro? People literally forget about it in 2 weeks. Nobody worth their mind was used to be offended by the word.
7 months of listening.
We've moved on from like people being offended at the word. Are you fucking too stupid to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? This is now beyond that. This is more so a one, not a fucking appropriate application of the TOS from my assessment, and two, constantly putting my VODs under one, straight up fucking like geolock hell, and then also yeeting them for the past 2 days. Just fucking ban me and get it over with if that's the case. You know what I mean? It's really frustrating, and you're too much of a fucking idiot to understand that I'm no longer talking about people fake being mad about the usage of the term cracker, idiot. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't give a shit. Obviously, you know where I stand on this. You know where I've stood on that as well. Yeah. I just want to know. I want to know what the fuck is going on. Okay?
Hassle.
I always get mass reported. I've been getting mass reported since I had 200 people in this audience, okay? I've gotten... Stop raging, you himbo. Holy shit, you bring this on yourself? Okay, shut the fuck up, you stupid fucking moron, dude. Yeah, I'm bringing this on myself. Yeah, I should just, like, not know what the fuck is going on with, like, half of my fucking content. Yeah. No, it's fine. Twitch can just fuck my ass every day and, like, just delete my fucking VODs, and I don't know anything, and they won't tell me anything, and that I should just suck it the fuck up and shut the fuck up. Right? That's the right thing to do, right? After all, I'm incredibly fucking fortunate to be a Twitch streamer, so I should just suck it the fuck up. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I've literally been a fucking advocate for the terms of service since day one. As much as I've been a fucking... I've been on the receiving end of, like, what I would consider to be inappropriate bans.
1 year of love, laughs.
Okay, I've been an advocate for that same terms of service in the media. I've talked to other fucking media figures whenever they ask me about Twitch, why I like Twitch. It's literally because they have a rigorous application of their terms of service. Okay? And as someone who has literally stood by that, despite the fact that, like, there is inconsistencies, and despite the fact that I do understand that the moderation team's job is an incredibly difficult one, it is deeply frustrating to just do this. It's deeply frustrating to just, like, fucking leave me hanging. Okay? Rigorous application copium. You know what I mean, Mr. Mooten. Rigorous application in comparison to every other platform. Transphobia, homophobia, bigotry. You know, anti-black racism, okay? Shit like that is usually clapped off the platform, especially if it's a partner that's engaging in it. Anyway, I'm sorry that your fucking news content monkey can't fucking dance and give you the news immediately in the most expedient capacity possible. Burke the Jerk and others who are fucking frustrated that I'm talking about this.
Really
but this is not only my fucking livelihood, but it's deeply frustrating. This is a platform that, you know, millions of people use every day. What happens to me at this level happens 20-fold to much smaller content creators. Especially because, you know, if you want people, more people like myself, more people who are progressive, who advocate for progressive values, who fight for fucking, you know, who fight for working class people all around the world, who are anti-imperialist, who advocate for these sorts of things. If you want those people to exist on this platform, some of you may not, then not having a better understanding of, like, the intricacies and not having a decent approach to, like, white supremacist backed movements, or falling into antiquated white supremacist agitprop like white fragility. That's terrible. It's like it's a silly thing to do, and it also most likely makes the space feel less open to black people existing in it and brown people existing in it. Like, if I'm getting mass reported by a bunch of fucking dickheads, okay? and Twitch has no way of dealing with that. I don't know what to tell you. People who want you on YouTube forgot YouTube allowing the bell curve for 10 plus years.
Months.
Yeah,
Time
bro.
for
People
the
don't
brain rot.
realize that at all. To play devil's advocate, though, wouldn't the N-bomb be black fragility? No, because I think you understand that the N-word and cracker are not of similar
Immunize the
magnitude.
streamers.
Now, the reason why you don't say the N-word out loud, I hope, versus the reason why you can easily type cracker in most circumstances is because that is a legitimate grievance. That has historical context associated with it. Whereas with cracker, the historical context associated with it means racist white person at its most reductive capacity, okay? It's like calling someone a fucking Nazi. Do you understand? I don't, but I also think that the platform shouldn't be deciding that. You don't think the platform should be deciding that, like, one type of fucking conversation? They are deciding it. When the platform takes a stance on the word cracker, they are deciding that. They're saying cracker is maybe not as bad as the N-word, but still racially targeted. It's racially targeted, and it should not exist, and it doesn't matter.
I still appreciate the stream.
Okay?
Twitch is whack SMH.
I'm probably going to get banned, by the way, for the record. Like, I'm most likely going to get banned off the platform. I don't know for how long. I don't know what happens, but there's 0% chance. Twitch watches LSF. Twitch sees what's going on in LSF. They have no way of, like, accurately assessing it. They have no way of recognizing that if I do get banned for fucking utilizing the term cracker or advocating that cracker is not as fucking severe as a sentiment or as a slur or a pejorative to the tune of the N-word, that will most likely cause a fucking media outrage far greater than the LSF weirdos fucking freaking out over it. So
Has comfy.
anyway.
But it's fucked.
So, you know. You've been canceled before. We'll get through this. Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know. This one's one that I am very adamant about. And no, I don't think I will I don't think I will garner the support of most people on a platform that is predominantly white. Especially when it's like white fragility is the one fucking aspect that is impossible to shake. And it's an important one, I think, to address, and it's an important one for people to shake. If you're in here, it doesn't matter. The crazy part is your VOD, not your VOD being taken down, is the telling a huge creator exactly why, how to resolve it, and what will happen next. Yeah.
Play my game.
Straight up. I already hate myself as a person. I guess I can hate myself for being white also. Dude, you should not hate yourself for being white. It's fucking mind-boggling that's what you think about this. Like, that's your point of view on this. Especially considering the fact that I myself am white. What do I always tell you? Like, a lot of the performative allyship that, like, white people engage in when they fucking clean black people's shoes and they, like, fucking recreate, like, slavery moments where they chain themselves, and a lot of that stuff is fucking psychotic and comes from a place of like weirdo white guilt. You should not feel that at all. There is a difference between that and acting like you are traumatized by a fucking term that has no historical context with like with you being dehumanized, okay? It is in its essence no different than Karen. It is in its essence no different than honky, redneck, hillbilly, and numerous other fucking terms that have been created to describe a certain type of behavior that white people engage in. How come Myth doesn't agree with you then? Oh, because he's accommodating people? That's some low-key shit, bruh. The low-key racist shit, bruh. Well,
As what?
You know, you can always find black people that will disagree with me on this issue, just like you can find many white people that disagree with me on this issue as well. That's not one person's point of view, no matter how much I appreciate them and respect their point of view and want to hear from them, is not going to ultimately change my mind on this.
Love you and love this community, heart.
Ridiculous.
I'll hear forever.
You're really going to die on this hill that it's okay to be racist towards whites? It's not a real fucking concept. What you're describing is not a real concept, okay? This idea that like I'm being racist towards whites, especially as a fucking white person, especially as someone who advocates for the rights of everyone, which also includes white people, is a fucking ridiculous thing. Everyone disagrees with you, Keck W, is also not true.
Love the stream, keep it up.
For the most part, this is one of those age-old fucking issues. Age-old issues where you know, it is the updated version of like, oh, you can't call someone a racist. That's worse than the fucking racism. Or it's one of those fucking super old school internet arguments that are basically the continuation of like, why can't I say the N-word as a white person? This is a conviction that I have. Okay?
Why are they white mad? I love crackers.
Even if you're right, this just fosters division and toxicity. Everything I talk about fosters division and toxicity. You just happen to disagree with this one. I don't know why you can't recognize that. I talk about healthcare being a fucking human right, and that fosters division and toxicity. I talk about here, Happy Hope, of course. Best stream snipe, hot chubby friendly.
Can't believe he used an offensive English accent when he voted for me. That was very offensive. Confirming once again, like Twitter
Unlucky
has confirmed
13
in the past
months.
2 days, that Hasan
Hassle.
is in fact a racist.
Racism without like actual fucking actual historical or contemporary oppression is just being fucking mean, okay? Discrimination without any sort of like systemic consequence is just you're being mean. It's a pejorative.
This C-word stuff has been crazy to follow.
Okay? I don't want to hurt anyone's fucking feelings. And how quickly people jumped from, you know, Myth said that cracker is not good equals all black people agree that cracker is the same as N-word is a hilarious leap that a bunch of people fucking engaged in. I understand that people want to feel oppressed. People want to feel like there are systemic issues that hold them back, that it's outside of their control. And that is true. That is true. But if you're a white person, it's not on the virtue of your whiteness. Okay?
12 months I love you all hassle.
Like saying, I don't know, like fat cats is a slur against rich people that fucking worked really hard to get there. You should call them people of means or people of wealth.
At Hasanabi, that was me looking for your VOD from yesterday while you were at the airport.
You still North African or white? My mom is white, but she's got discrimination for being an immigrant, Arab, and Muslim. Just asking. Wait, what? Like, they can be. It's a really fucking complex situation. I don't know why you're like asking me as though like I'm the final arbiter. And also, your mom didn't get fucking discriminated against for being white. Your mom was most likely discriminated against for being from a MENA country or for being Arab. Thought you'd blow up from the drama, yet you fell off.
Pepe Lassie.
Wow, so humble. The question was fat. Leftovers. What's the verdict? You're a leftover fan who's upset by the word cracker? I mean, Ethan 100% agrees with me. That's one thing. And two, if you're a leftover fan, I suspect that you are probably a little bit more, and a vegan too. I suspect that you are probably on the side of like, you know, social justice and whatnot. So recognizing that, I hope you recognize that like a lot of those people that are alongside of you, a lot of those people that you think are your allies would fucking absolutely advocate against your best interest and make this platform a lot worse. Also, my fall off is having, what, 25,000 viewers in the first 44 minutes of my broadcast. Man, I fucking fell off into some really terrible, what a terrible trajectory I'm in. It's crazy that I've had days where I've had more fucking viewership in here than you have had over your entire fucking broadcasting career. But yeah, fell off, you know? Fell off so hard, I have 10 times more fucking people in here right now, including your dumb self, than the amount of fucking followers you have. If I fell off, what are you?
Why?
I mean, 45K to 25K is kind of a fall off. Yeah, there's highs and lows in this industry. There's peaks and fucking valleys. Not everybody constantly grows. You guys are pathetic for tracking this shit and then simultaneously turning around and being like, oh man, why are you such a view count watcher? I am. Everyone is. But also because, you know, there's fucking pathetic weirdos like this. Uh-oh, he's going with the ego arguments, his wide chipper.
She don't believe
who also said, iDubbbz has the right take on slurs. Say it then. Come on, say the N-word right now.
Apartment. You more like load of study shit. I'm more of the trips to Florida, order the hors d'oeuvres, views of the water.
There's a lot of, look, this platform has a lot of people that are sad all the time about their lives. They come here to get a sense of community. They come here to find like-minded individuals, shit like that. So of course, because of that, there's a lot of sad, pathetic people on the platform that are absolutely like, they'll be your fucking biggest fan when you're a fucking 60K Andy, and they'll sit here and wait for your opportunity to be like, you suck. Like the moment that you're no longer up there. You know what I mean? And that is because they are ultimately incredibly sad people. It's not going to make you happy, I promise. I love how this became the Kyle Rittenhouse shouldn't have brought a gun to a protest type of argument where you have to beat the weirdos of chat with the you're wrong stick. It's okay. Son, you could insult people for anything and you choose race. Dude, I'm not insulting people for race. Shut the fuck up, dude. This is the worst and most idiotic fucking take I hear from so many people who absolutely fucking refuse to see any other kind of argument other than you're insulting me for my race. There's a reason why the overwhelming majority of like normal fucking human beings who don't spend their every moment on Twitch or on fucking Reddit laugh whenever someone, including like Tom Segura and numerous other comedians that have made jokes about this. There's a reason why people laugh when you say cracker or honky or numerous other things, because making fun of the ultimate majority that is a constantly expanding concept. Like being white is conditional, okay? It is a made up concept that was built around purity, okay? It is a made up concept built around fucking purity. Do you understand? When you're white, it means you're a part of the dominant group. That's why when Irish people were oppressed, they were oppressed because they were not white, okay? But then they became white. When Italian people were oppressed, they were oppressed on the virtue of being not white, and then they were considered white. Same with Polish people, same with Greek people, same with Jewish people. Whiteness as a concept is ever expanding. This is precisely why when you are countering the dominant concept, when you say something about it, you're not actually fucking telling someone on the virtue of their fucking race that they are bad or wrong. You are criticizing the dominant in-group, okay? And because of that, it is impossible for you to criticize the dominant in-group in a way that is anything beyond my feelings are hurt. Okay? There's that people watching and hear you and they don't listen, spitting right now. Not only that, but cracker in its application is used towards it's to imply whip cracker. Okay, so do you think it's better if you said to a person, "Wow, that is a whip cracker right there"? Okay. Or a Nazi or a slaver. Is that less directional towards white people? Is that what you would? Because I assume you would not consider that to be a bannable offense. No one is using for whip cracking persons anymore, though. No, of course not. Just like Nazi is not a fucking member of the National Socialist Workers' Party, okay? You are currently making that person is not literally a Nazi because it's not 1938 argument to defend the fucking the utilization of the application of the word cracker. That's precisely what you're arguing right now. Well, actually, that person is not a Nazi. They're not literally Hitler. Yeah, I know. I feel I'm terrified. I feel as though we are back to the 2016, 2017 era of the internet almost. It's a little terrifying to see so many people not recognize this. And I get it, dude. I get it. Like, I have lost a lot of good favor. Okay? I've lost a lot of good standing within this community, not my own personal community, but within the Twitch community for all of my horrible actions that slowly but surely chipped away at my brand, I guess, quote unquote, bought a house, Twitch income leaked. And every single time, every single one of those controversies kept, taking, 1,000 people here, 1,000 people there. And there is a very diligent group of individuals who recognize that and continuously are playing a part in actively undermining me and saying that I'm wrong. Part of the reason why they do this is because they despise me. Part of the reason why they do this is because they don't like what I'm saying. Part of the reason is because they're like, well, fuck this guy. He's wealthy. He's successful. I hate that. Okay? So now, in this position, when we get to this position, opening up the can of worms that revolve around white fragility ultimately is not going to allow people to see what I'm saying in the most open-minded approach. Okay? If this had happened a year ago and I was talking about this, I'm sure there would be plenty more people that would be open-minded to what I'm saying. Okay? Is this part of it because there's been a massive rise in alt-right conservative power over the last few years and Twitch are afraid that alt-righters will turn the rage on Twitch? No. And you see that. You see, look at the chat. Like, look at how toxic it has turned. You can't claim people aren't open-minded to what you're saying when your mind is literally closed and only hears what you want to hear. Yes, but you, again, are telling a white dude how they should feel about the word cracker. I want you to understand that you, okay, are telling a white person how they should feel about the word cracker. Now, if you try to flip that argument and say, well, what if there was a black guy who says they don't care about the N-word? Am I allowed to say it then? Well, then you, again, would own yourself in that same argument because there's a difference between cracker and N-word in severity, unless you agree that they are both the same and equally wrong. This is worse than the Gusano debate? Yeah, because the Gusano thing was a totally made up, fabricated thing that most people had no fucking clue about. That's why it didn't have a lot of staying power, whereas cracker is, cracker hits a lot of people directly at the fucking heart. They think, whoa, what the fuck? This person hates white people. The amount of people that I've seen on the internet that say I am literally racist towards white people is fucking insane. You genuinely have sometimes bad takes as spoiled white brat. And you take it way too personal when you get called out on it. I don't think it's a bad take. This is something I believe in. And not only that, but also people have to recognize that, like, yeah, I'm a hard-headed motherfucker, for sure. But I always apologize. Okay? If there isn't, and I have a million times over, I apologize to black members of my community with the Nicki Minaj shit, even though what I said I don't think was that offensive or offensive at all. There have been many instances where I've apologized for hurting people's feelings, even if I think the other side is completely illogical. This is not one of those instances, okay? I want you to understand, if I am to take you seriously, white people in my community that genuinely and legitimately think that, like, cracker is offensive or cracker is attacking you personally, it's not, okay? I'm not. I do not have a problem with you at all. I am not an anti-white racist. I can't even believe that I have to specify this. It seems ridiculous to even, like, consider that framing as a serious type of framing. Okay? That is not an apology. Lamau, shut the fuck up, Bread Muppet. I don't understand why you think it's okay to shit on someone for just being white like Max. Someone wasn't shitting on Max for being white. They were shitting on him for being a fucking asshole. Giving into the Mayo outrage, oh boy. No, I don't think fucking... I'm not anti-white racist. I think this is a laughable fucking concept. The framing non-personal argument can be said for the M-bomb too. No, it can't, because there is a difference between... Okay, I'm just going to ban him and move on. Because I have already described this a million times over. You're saying N-bomb, N-word, but you're saying cracker, okay? So automatically, no. And the reason for why no, not the same, is because historical context associated with dehumanizing and subjugating people and justifying that subjugation through things like saying the N-word, okay? That has not happened to white people while using the terminology cracker. Even the word cracker itself still comes from whip cracking, okay? I've described this a million times over. A lot of you don't want to hear this because you just want to feel like you're fucking oppressed. It's just the reality, okay? Sorry. And I know that sucks to hear, but if you want to fucking feel like you're oppressed, you are already being oppressed. You're not being oppressed because you're white, though. You're being oppressed because you're a worker. You're being oppressed because you were born into a poorer family than a fucking billionaire or a millionaire's family. That's why you're going to eat your boss's shit for the rest of your fucking life, okay? And there's pretty much nothing you can do about it because every single person is going to tell you that this is the best design for a system. This is the best, most appropriate way to fucking survive. But if you're going to fucking sit here and cry that like white people are being oppressed because people are using the term cracker, well then, I'm sorry. I'm not going to fucking tell you that that's the reality. Fuck. Okay, Maya's here. Shit. This has been a fucking disastrous day so far. I'm like 3 hours fucking late to the broadcast. Hold on. Calling someone a whip cracker when they aren't is just weird, bro. Shut the fuck up, okay? Shut the fuck up. It's like saying calling someone a Nazi when they're not literally a part of the fucking Nazi party is weird, bro. Yeah, I know. It hurts your fucking feelings most likely, okay? And sometimes it can be misappropriated or misused, but ultimately it's not the same as a fucking hateful, bigoted slur. That's the whole point, okay? Hateful, bigoted slurs without historic or contemporary oppression are just meanie bobini words, okay? They're making you feel bad. Maybe. Anyway. What? No, yeah, hold on. Let me just finish this off. Bro, you're assuming white people are proud of or of other white people's slave trading history to take as bonkers? No, it's not. That's fucking idiotic. Nazis don't like being called Nazis, just like racists don't like being called whip crackers. Okay? That is such a fucking stupid take. Racist people don't like to be called Nazi because that means you're a bad person. Okay? You're a bad person because of your white supremacist ideas, or you're a bad person because of your racist ideas. You get that, right? It has nothing to do with like being proud of that fucking history, okay? They aren't meanie words. They're literally racist slurs. You are defending literal interpersonal racism. Okay, dude. Sure. this point, you should just embrace and be like, yep, I'm fucking anti-white racist because the babies who legit say you're anti-white aren't going to let up. I know. It's a fucking laughable and ridiculous notion. Why is it okay to shit on someone for being white if they're an asshole? No, you're shitting on them for being an asshole, not because you're shitting on them for being white. Oh my god, dude. 21-month fucking subscriber, dude. Holy fucking shit. Okay, you know what? 21-month subscriber, get in the fucking Discord. Let's have your fucking big debate brain conversation. You've been an active member of this community for 21 fucking months. You've been a subscriber for 21 months. Get in the Discord. Let's hash it out. I don't know if you're being serious or not, but I would love to hear your point of view, okay? Oh, fuck. Maya's here. I can't even do this. God damn it. Hold on. Okay, it'll be a quick one. I'm loading Discord now. I made your take into a meme just to stick with this discussion. Look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power. Yeah. I hopped into the gaming lobby. Okay, I'm almost done. I have to like quickly have this conversation. I mean, you can be here if you want. I have to address it because I have a 21-month subscriber in here who's like, dude, why is it okay to shit on someone for being white just because they're an asshole? Or why is it like he is like losing his fucking mind. He thinks like Cracker is a directional and serious racist take. Oh, it's coming from your... I was like, where the fuck is this coming from? Yeah. He's been in here for 21... He's been in here for 21 fucking months. Okay, I'm going in. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Have fun.
I'm assuming you're Euro chatter, right? It has to be.
Yeah, dude, obviously, man. I have said multiple times in other chats throughout this that I want you to be on the internet. I appreciate the work you do.
Okay, wait, where are you from? Where are you calling from?
Boston.
Oh, you're... Oh, God, okay. There we go. Now I get why. Now I get why you're so heated about Cracker.
Well, I mean, I'm mixed race. I'm black. I'm white, but I don't really like.
Okay, let's hear it.
Come on, man. Okay, well, my whole thing is just looking at Not Your Average African's original comment is just what I was looking at, where it's like he's like, "Get fucked, Cracker." I just don't understand why that's okay. That's literally
no. It's inappropriate. Okay. Do you think it's ban worthy? Because it's not an appropriate application to the term cracker, considering that like Max is racist. He's a Trump supporter. He's working alongside cops. That doesn't change the reality that you know, it's not like he's not calling him a cracker because he's like directly being racist in that moment. However, do you think it's appropriate for him to be banned for it?
Not necessarily, no. I just don't.
Okay, then we agree. I don't understand why we have to argue over it, because you want to know why?
I literally was spamming because I just wanted to hear your
okay,
answer.
But do you understand the difference then? If you don't think he's supposed to be banned, then it's not a severe racial term. Do you understand? It's not a severe racial term, and the reason for why it's not a severe racial term is because it is not associated with any sort of serious subjugation with it. Do you understand?
All right, can I respond really quick?
Okay, go ahead.
I was watching X, and he said, "Why would you encourage your audience to call people this or to say things like this?"
I don't.
And that's kind of my. But
there's a difference between me defending someone for defending people getting banned for the usage of the term cracker in a platform that already is like incredibly white, that I would like the platform to be more accommodating to, you know, non-white folks specifically. That accommodation doesn't have to revolve around allowing people to use the term cracker willy-nilly. But the real reason is most people that are fucking upset by this, the overwhelming majority, I think if you've been in here for 21 months, you probably recognize this, are people who are being incredibly fragile. Most white people that you talk to including myself. Do you consider I'm white? Do you consider myself to be a white person? What?
I mean, kinda, but not, I mean,
Okay,
I
but
don't really think about it that way, you
do you
know.
think I have white
But
privilege?
sure, I mean, you are white presenting, and I think most
Do you,
people
do
who don't know
I don't
who
know how
you
pale you
are.
are, but do you think you being mixed race gives
Oh,
you
I'm
more
black.
privilege than
I'm
like
immediately black. Nah, I'm like a
no?
big black dude, man. Nah,
Okay.
unfortunately, I wished. My whole life,
So you wish.
I
So you okay,
wish
but
that.
you're black. So you recognize that there are benefits to presenting as white, right?
Oh yeah, correct. I would never dispute that. Yeah, of
Okay, so
course.
you do recognize white privilege. Good. Okay, got it.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. I'm not sitting over here like on the like centrist like fence of this issue, man. Like I completely agree that people would use that term uh to vent their anger towards systemic oppression. I just don't, at the same time, I also don't think like I want to live in a world where people are shitting on people for this like color of their skin. And I get nervous that the implication of what your like defense is in the situation, people can infer that and think it's okay to do that.
Okay. You've been in here for 21 months. You're already aware of the many amount of times that I've drawn ire from, black communities like Black Twitter or Nicki Minaj stands. You're aware of this,
Oh
right?
yeah.
What is the number one thing that they say when I, criticize Nicki Minaj or, say some shit like not pull off like a good fit or something, and then Black Twitter's like, yo, this dude's racist. What do they say?
What do they say specifically?
What
I
is the
mean, they
number
always just
one
kind of,
thing that they always say?
to be honest, I don't know what the trope would be. I know that
No,
they
they call me a
always call
cracker.
you.
They do, like,
Yeah, that's what I was
nonstop.
about to say. I was just gonna say I know they bring you up as a white boy
Yeah, I
in
say
those
they
instances.
say aging at the speed of white, which is pretty funny. Okay,
Yeah, I
and that I'm a
remember that one.
fucking saltine
It's a
Sally.
good line, honestly.
Yeah, saltine Sally, and
Yeah.
that I am a cracker,
I
right?
would never say cracker is severe. You know, I would say it myself. I think it's kind of
Okay,
nuts
so
how
you and I
hard
are
people
both in
come down
agreement
on it.
then. So you
I
and I
do
are in
feel like we're in
agreement.
agreement. My only problem, man, is I just hope you're not using your platform where people can interpret your message in a way where they think it's okay. Like where the dishonest people, right, who are gonna spin this, hear you saying it's okay to shit on somebody in this way.
Okay,
Right. So that's
quick
why I was
question.
asking those
What
questions
what
just to
what do
get
you
you on the
mean when
record.
you say like dishonest people? You mean like dishonest people of color that are
Like
going
depressed
to
people on
start
the internet.
using the term
No. The
cracker?
people No, the people who want you off the internet. Like the people who are going to listen to this and be like, all right, what's this Hasan dude saying now? Okay, how can I turn this into, oh, look, guys, all along, he's just,
That's going to happen
he's
regardless, no matter
throwing
what I
stupid
say.
hate.
So my question is,
Yeah.
but that is entirely different. I don't care about people that are going to use anything and everything I say against me to market me as like a horrifying monster. That happens on a daily basis. To protect me is a kind attitude, but that's not necessarily what you were saying in your chat logs. You were relatively combative in a way where you wanted to debate, and it seemed like you had a more, it seemed like you had a serious,
I don't know that I want to debate over clarity. I just
well,
hadn't
I mean, you
heard
were
you
asking
address.
questions in a way where it seemed like you wanted further qualification. I mean, you wanted me to further explain my position to you. And
Yeah,
I
that doesn't
have.
necessarily mean I'm looking for combat. I'm just looking for, I literally just wanted to hear you on the record on that one and make sure that people could hear your answer to that question. It's not like a haha got ya. Oh, look, you think it's okay. I don't think you think it's okay, but I didn't hear your explanation as to why.
Well, because I've said this already, and I think maybe you might have missed it because you kept spamming the
I
same
honestly
question
could
over
have.
and over again. But what did I say?
Oh, well, I mean, I was listening at the same time. But go for it, yes,
Pejoratives, no matter what the quality is, with if they are not tied to contemporary or historic oppression, okay, especially systemic oppression, well, they're just mean words. Okay? So that's the
Agreed.
thing that most people do. The thing that most people do whenever we have this conversation is immediately rob the argument from one of its basic premises, which is that it is not as severe as other kinds of hateful, targeted, bigoted words. Most people recognize that. Okay? I think you certainly recognize that cracker itself is nowhere near as severe as the N-word, and it's
Yeah,
not
absolutely
even
not.
as severe as other kinds of other forms of racist, bigoted language that are that certainly target a group of individuals on immutable characteristics, right? Even ableism.
Right, I agree.
Would you say that the R word is worse than cracker, or
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
think?
yeah. No, I discourage people from using the R word
Okay,
myself.
so
I think for yeah,
and
go
you
ahead.
understand the reason for that,
I
right?
think I've been stream hopping a little bit, right, in the early hours before you go live. And I think one of the more common criticisms I've heard lately is like this reminds people of how once they're like seen as somebody worthy of disrespect in your eyes, it's okay to kind of shit on them. Like police, for example, it's okay to call them like inflated hot dogs because we don't agree with what they represent.
Wait,
And
that's
I just
actually a
don't
really
know
good
that.
analogy. Well, I mean, it because it's even less of a like an actual well-defined a group of individuals on like immutable characteristics. It's just that's a job, right? That's even
Yeah,
that's
in a way, I mean, immutable characteristics being like I can't change the fact that I have an inflatable hot dog head, right?
well, I mean, that's right. But I
And
don't
then
think you
like you probably
unironically
have
are
chatters
advocating
who
for
have
police phrenology, right? Because like that's a joke. When I say
no,
cop
no, no. I'm
skull,
just saying when you say that shit, you catch chatters in the crossfire who have an inflated hot dog head, right? And like I just that kind of
okay.
sucks. Like why would we encourage people to use insults like that
So
aren't
so
targeted
you're
that
you're
catch
not
others
just
in the
advocating for
crossfire?
cleaning up the term cracker. You think like almost all kinds of pejoratives need to be solved and cleaned
You
up.
know, I just think we need to think about when we're using that shit and who we catch in the crossfire. Like, I'm a big boy. I don't want to necessarily feel shitty about being a big boy every time somebody who's a big boy comes on screen and then you have like an excuse to make some big boy jokes. We're both big boys. We know how that feels.
Yeah, I've talked about fat shaming before, but remember, like I still am a mean person, especially when I'm punching up, right? And I
Yeah.
always try to specify as best as I can that a lot of this does not apply to you, the individual, even when I'm going on these fucking rants specifically about certain people in the chat even, and everyone's like, "Oh, I'm catching a stray here." Well, this is not about you. You are not this vile human being, right? Just like
But
your
then, like,
big
what if I still
boyness is
feel
not
bad
the
about my
same
sausage
as,
maker?
a fucking a Thumbelina ass cop. Now, the reason why
Yeah,
I'm
but what
shitting
if
on
I
that
still feel. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I'm
the
cutting
reason
you
why I'm
off. My
shitting
bad.
on that cop when I have this conversation is because, cops do have cop skull. It's cop phrenology. It's science. It's scientific racism. Okay? But it's just
I
it's a
know.
way to be
I just
petty.
feel
It's
bad
a
for
way
the
to be
chatter
petty.
who's
It's a
got
way
the
to be petty.
sausage
I'm not
maker.
a nice person,
Yeah.
but no one is a nice person. Actually, a lot of entertainment value comes from somewhat being a mean person to those who are in a position of power over you or over others and are abusing it. Cops do it regularly, which is why I'm mean to cops in a lot of instances. I've never said that I'm not a mean person, that I'm a PC streamer, or that I am super careful. I am super careful when it comes to certain categories, okay? And
Yeah.
I don't think that like protecting the feelings of white people that would be so fragile that they would actually get sad and assume that I hate them because of my usage of the term cracker, which is not even a fucking word I've ever used until literally this past weekend, where I've just used it a million times over now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that is ridiculous. Like, that is a ridiculous sentiment.
Yeah, no. My whole point is more what I was saying before. It's just like the overlap between this and like what we might encourage like in the people who are listening and stuff like that. You got a lot of people who feel very vitriolic towards those who are of means and like look towards you as an outlet to vent or feel that like frustration in a group setting, and I just hope that we don't encourage them to push people away from building bridges and like building the left and expanding on what we're trying to do.
Okay, but again, having a broader approach and saying, "Hey, man, I think that your attitude or you saying cracker is like hurting the left," is an entirely different conversation than being like, "Why are you shitting on Max?" or "Why are you using the term cracker?" And I feel like I've described it a million times over as to why I don't think it's as harmful as other types of pejoratives or other types of like actually hateful and bigoted slurs, right? And that my goal ultimately is to shake people's white fragility and to redirect their attention away from identity politics, white identity politics specifically, because every time a person says cracker is a bigoted, hateful terminology, they are basically doing white identity politics. Not basically, that's precisely what they're doing. I want them to shake themselves of that white identity politics and hyper focus on class instead. The reason why I don't do that for other subgroups, the reason why I don't do that, for example, for black people in a similar capacity, is because black identity politics is tied to historic forms of oppression. White identity politics, on the other hand, is historically tied to domination, subjugation of others, which is why it's terrifying to me when white people gain on that entry point and dip their little toes back in to the white identity politics of advocating against the systemic oppression of whites by the utilization of the word cracker, because that is a lot of white people, both in this community and especially on Reddit, dipping their toes back into maybe white people are oppressed on the virtue of whiteness. And that's fucking terrifying. You should recognize that as a black person, especially in a place like fucking Boston.
I get what you're saying on that. And I mean, I deal with that every day at the school that I work at. But yeah, I was going more in the direction of just caring about how you get interpreted, making sure I'm really clear on where you stand on that, so that I'm not misinterpreting you as being okay with like shitting on somebody just for being white because they represent the oppressor, right?
No.
And yeah, more clarity. I'm glad that I got to ask you the question about where you stand and get a little more clarity around like the inflatable hot dog kind of comments, because yeah, I don't know. It's just I know you come from a good place, and whenever I read one of your viewpoints in an unfavorable way, I always assume that it's either a caveat you might not have thought of yet, or it's something that I missed in the nuance that you approached, or it's something that
was this a little bit more like after having this conversation. Do you feel like your point of view has changed, or do you still think that I'm like, I just hate white people?
No, I never thought you thought that, by the way. Okay, like I would not be in chat asking you questions if I thought that. The only reason I'm in chat asking questions is because I care to figure out where you're at and make sure that I still.
What? Oh wait, are you hearing yourself? Is there echo?
No, he went to AFK.
Oh,
I can drag him back. Wait, hold on. Yo, hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Out there?
Yeah, well, I can hear you. I don't know what just happened there. We lost you for a second.
Okay. No, I never thought that about you. I just wanted to gain some understanding about where you're at, and I'm glad we had the opportunity to speak, because it's like, okay, well, I wanted to at least present that point of view of, hey, some people are hearing you in this way where you think it's okay to shit on people, so I hope that they hear it differently. I don't think you necessarily needed to change my point of view. It's the way the internet is listening to you that I hope can eventually change. Especially on this issue, if you continue to get stun locked on it.
Well, I mean, this issue is not one that is going to be immediately. This is not one that's going to change people's minds. I think people have their own biases. It's very difficult to chip away at white supremacist attitudes in a country like America, especially if it manifests in really hidden ways. I personally, like I said, believe that this is a way to defend white rights and engage in white identity politics.
Right. So you're looking at this as just being ever vigilant against that.
Yeah,
type
and
of
that's
thing
precisely why I advocate. Sorry, they're memeing already.
Oh, well, okay. What's the memes, dude? You have 30,000 people watching you. What's the memes?
They're saying when your dad drops slurs of the DMV and making fun of me and Maya sitting here. Maya's here. Anyway, look,
Oh, hello, Mom.
white supremacy is deeply rooted. It's embedded in all of our institutions. I think I don't need to tell you that. You've been in here for 21 months, and you've experienced it personally your entire life, so you recognize it. I am terrified at the majority. I'm terrified at like how quickly people would mobilize and take an incredibly reactionary approach to this issue and engage in white identity politics. I can't stress this enough. I need you to understand this point, because this is the fundamental point here. I believe in intersectional. I believe in intersectionality. Okay, I believe in intersectional feminism. I believe in intersectionality, and class needs to be featured in that. But whiteness as a concept, which was totally made up and created to address a dominant in-group, is not a part of that intersectionality. You can be a part of that intersectionality as a worker, as a working class individual. You can be a part of that as someone who's LGBT. But like white on its own is not a personality trait, just like white culture is not a real thing. And it's not a real personality trait. And black culture is one that was created within that oppression.
Yeah, I think the nuance most people are missing from what I'm gathering is that they don't understand that you see the stance you're taking and doubling down and putting your foot in the ground as making sure that white identity politics doesn't gain any more ground. So clarifying that for me helps me understand where you're coming from. I hope it does the same for other people, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I hope people understand it. Thank you for coming on. All right.
Yeah, man.
All right. Have a good day.
Yeah, I'll still be in chat. I'm glad that it didn't turn into. I was like a little terrified, but it was nice chat.
I'm not gonna do that.
All right. Talk to you, man.
Okay.
Thanks again.
All right, bye. How is this systemic though? I'm actively being.
Hasan, stop.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
Okay. There's so many people that want the smoke now. Look.
Just stop. I'm gonna pull your router.
Okay. I have a guest here, folks. We have the wonderful Maya here. Okay. What are you eating? What is that? Worms? No, I'm good.
Worms.
She's eating worms, like a burb. Who she rescues regularly. Don't feel bad.